What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games, coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in the one, the only Time City. And today, we're going to be working on the exterior of the building to make the outside look just as good as the inside. There's still some stuff we have to work on the inside for the most part. There's just a little, like maybe a spot or two that still needs some tender love and care here and there to kind of complete that up. But the outside... also, obviously, didn't really have anything done, so we're going to go in there, out on the outside, and get it nice and good looking, you know? It's got to look fantastic. If it doesn't look fantastic on the outside, who's going to want to go into the inside of this building, you know? For the queue line, you know? It's got to be great, and the way it ends up turning out, I'm okay with. But it could end up being a little bit better, in my opinion. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comment section down below after you see the final result of the exterior. Please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. As always, it helps me with my building skills. Maybe someday we'll be the best, greatest of all time in Planet Coaster. That's my goal. You know, we want to be the best of all time, be the best community of all time. We've already got that, but we just got to grow it. It's got to be bigger, better, than ever, and that will be the greatest thing. The biggest thing is I had this huge giant wall going down the path that I had to kind of get nice and themed. We also get to the exit ramp in this episode, which is nice. So that's gonna be nice. This wall was kind of the biggest one where it's kind of like, man, there's so much wall there to cover. How am I gonna do it? So windows always seems like a good, so always ends up being like a solution. Like it's a good start, and then you get some trims in there, maybe some awnings or different things like that, and then boom, you got yourself a little bit more detailed of wall. I'm thinking about adding some more panels or something like that on here in the end, because I don't know about it just yet. It's kind of in that state where I'm like, it looks okay, but it could use just a little bit more, you know. But again, I would love to hear what you guys think. Comment section down below. What do you think I could add to this exterior to make it a little bit better? Or if you don't like it, or if it could be better, please let me know. I would love to know in the comment section down below. Or if you'd like to tell me live, you can always do that through Twitch. If you follow me on Twitch, you can go watch these episodes live. So links down in the description if you want to go check that out. I'm keeping it brief today. Don't worry on the promotion for the Twitch channel. So I don't know, we have such a good community over there. I just want to get people over there to have a good time on Twitch. So it's looking really good, and we got a lot of good stuff going. And man, dang it, I said too many times there. I know a lot of you are gonna call me out on that, but I'm just kidding. But there's a lot on serious note though. But we're gonna do a lot of lighting throughout the queue line exterior. I think that would definitely be a good thing. The exterior is definitely important. Like I said a little earlier, exterior is definitely important. It's got to look good in order to attract people into that building. So it's got to have a good looking look to it. There's some times where I build where I'm just like, I just went on I feel like I kind of went on autopilot, and I didn't really. Could have done a little bit better. I feel like I did that a little bit here. Maybe in the future I'll touch up on this building, make it look maybe a bit more detailed and a little bit better. You know, it's the coaster looks great. So why we need to get the building looking amazing as well. So there's a lot that goes into exterior work and decorating. You know, it's kind of a hard process at times, and it's just it can be a little tedious, a little bit it takes a while to get it right. And when you go on autopilot, I mean, it looks okay, but it has so much more potential in the long run. So I do a lot of just trimming when it comes to like the exterior buildings. I could do a lot more. I need to use more of the sci-fi pieces, I feel, or the diner pieces. I feel like that would be kind of the greatest way to go when it comes to regards of this coaster. So it's going to be, I need to use more of those panels, like I noticed right there. And then on the exit side, we make that little exit ramp. I'm actually very pleased how this exit ramp turned out. It looks pretty good, especially the cover that we do. We do some a little bit of custom supporting on it and everything like that. It blends in pretty well. It looks really good with the building. It was actually the favorite part that I made in this episode was the exit ramp itself, and getting, of course, some supportage on that. And then we go above. We're gonna add some covers to it, and then we also add some railings as well later in the episode as well. But anyways, it's looking pretty good. It even gets some footers on the bottom of the supports to make them, just to add that little extra detail. There's usually footers, otherwise it's not going to support the supports, if that makes any sense. You gotta support the supports, otherwise it's not gonna be supported. It just doesn't work that way, in real life, so. But no, just kidding. This is gonna be a awesome exit ramp, and I actually thought it turned out pretty awesome. I think this is where I was looking for the covers. I'm like, hey, the covers would actually be a really good thing here, and I found them, and then I think I went over to building one I shouldn't have, and I had to go back to scenery to go find them. But yeah, I thought this was kind of a cool idea here to get these little sci-fi covers over the paths. It works really well. I thought that it kind of fits the exit very well, and it just gives the exit ramp just a little bit more of a flair and a little bit pizzazz, when it comes to exit ramps, I guess. But we also do a little bit of some fences, railings around that, but I had to fill in this little spots with some nice little foliage slash some plants and well, I guess we can call it flowers. It looks like flowers, right? So that's how that's gonna go. That's a good idea. Definitely a good idea. It actually turned out good. I like the little flower addition. I tried to get some colors in there that kind of match the environment as best as I can, and so yeah. So we get this is like, again, the little diner overhang. I don't know why they don't have like a middle piece for it. I kind of wish they would have, and it would look a little bit better in my opinion, if they did have middle, because I have to have that little lip in the middle if I want to combine it more than 2. If I need at least 3, that's how I'm gonna have to do it in that regard. So we're gonna keep the back section of the building kind of blank, because it is going to be the parts that aren't visible to guests as much. It's going to be less detailed, and because the front side is more or less like a when you think about it, it's more or less a facade kind of, it's just there for show, so it looks good. The backstage areas are just the areas that it's just walls, there's no windows, there's no detail into them, and that's just how it works, when it comes to detail in buildings. You do the front, and then the back is usually empty, which actually gives us, not only does it maybe help our frame rate a little bit, it also is a little more realistic, and also, it's just there's no need to do unnecessary walls and stuff like that, and it just makes sense. When there's no, you don't need all those objects. You just don't need all those objects. I want to create also this little glass opening so you can see the operator from here. I thought it'd be kind of a nice touch, kind of a neat little thing, and get a little border around it with the glass, and it looks pretty neat. And I like the idea of it, so I decided to go with that. And lots of lights, a lot of lights and stuff around throughout this section. Which looks really good. The lighting's got to be superb in the sci-fi section, it does. So we got to make sure we take care of that for the entire park. So we're probably gonna have a complete lighting episode to begin with when it comes to the entire park. I'll be going through all the park and just doing specific lighting that I need to do. To kind of get it more completed and a little bit better looking, at night, because obviously we're gonna have some nighttime times where the park's gonna be open at night. That's a given. it's definitely gonna happen. Because this park's going to just have so much to it. Overall, it's my most complex park that I've ever done, and you guys seem to really be enjoying it, and you all probably agree that this is the best park that I've made so far since I've been in Planet Coaster. And so a lot of people wonder, what's the future? What's after Time City? You know, I know a lot of people have been asking that. You know what? What actually is after Time City might be a little underwhelming, but I think it's much needed. So what I'm kind of thinking about doing, you may have heard me talk about this before. I don't know if I've talked about it in an episode before, but instead of starting on a new park, I'm thinking about maintaining my old ones and just getting them updated and a lot better visually overall. So I'm thinking about working a lot on, say, Westwood, working on Arrow Valley, and then touching up, obviously I'm still going to have to touch up Time City here and there, I feel as well. So it's going to be a continuous process, sorry, to keep these parks updated, like real parks, they're constantly making changes, updating areas, upgrading buildings, different stuff like that. And with my skill set, I kind of want to get some of those parks updated. Otherwise, they kind of get outdated from my older buildings style and skills because they're not as good as my newer parks. So I would hate to just like abandon them from the chain and stuff, and I'd rather just update them to where they're more on my level and everything. So just go by almost like rebuilding it. Not really rebuilding it since it's already there, but like just going through each building, each station, each ride, and just doing all the necessary things to make them a little bit better, if you know what I mean. So like there's a lot of stations that I kind of want to redo to make it look a little bit more realistic and everything like that. So I wanted to build also like right here these little lift lights for the enclosed lift hill. To kind of make it give it that look that it has some lift lights almost on the enclosure, So these red lights kind of look cool, and I like the idea of them. We might be adding more later on too, and this enclosure actually turned out better than I thought it did. Overall, I think you guys kind of agree. There's some of you I think that said to not enclose it. That said, well, actually, this actually does kind of. So that's kind of a nice thing there. So I'm happy that even the people that voted not to enclose the lift are actually kind of enjoying it still as well. So I'm kind of glad that it went in that direction. And yeah, so you'll get a little night shot here. It looks really good at night. We're gonna do a lot of give the rides a lot of cool light packages as well. And I got to the building and noticed that, it just needed some more lights. So I added some at the bottom as well, which is really good. I like the look of it. And we're going to do a lot more on the things up there. So this next building is actually going to be the gift shop for the flying coaster. I couldn't fit it over by the exit, so we're just going to put it right here in this spot. And I think it's okay because it's right next to the entrance. And I think it kind of works well for the most part. And we don't complete this building just yet in this episode. In the next episode or two, you're going to see me trying to fill in a lot of the paths and spaces inside the sci-fi section. And then we're going to, of course, be working here and there on the dark ride as well, which is going to be a bigger project, I think, than the flying coaster. It's going to be a little bit more complex because you're going to have to build a lot more props and scenes and everything like that. It's going to be a little bit more of a difficult process to get that in there. So anyways, this building's going to be, again, the gift shop, and I want to do interiors really bad, especially on the gift shops, but it's kind of hard without the Theme Maker's Toolkit, and I'm hoping that sooner rather than later that Frontier gets those issues down pretty soon. A lot of people are wondering about new DLC. That there should be a new one coming out pretty soon, but if the pattern's still correct. But who knows? I don't know. We'll see exactly how it goes. But right now, that's about it for this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Go follow me on Twitch. Join the Discord. Links down in the description below for all that. And thank you guys so much for being here and just supporting me, and I really do appreciate it. Have a great day. You'll be cooler tomorrow. Thanks, and goodbye.